Life is calling you. It's calling you right now at this very moment. Can you hear it? That voice inside you urging you to take a chance, to step out of your comfort zone. That's the voice of possibility, of potential, of everything you could become. But I get it. Taking risks can be scary. It's like standing at the edge of a cliff looking down into the unknown. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and every instinct tells you to step back, to stay safe. But here's the thing, that feeling of fear. It's also exciting. It's your body and mind recognizing that something big is about to happen. Think about all the amazing things in your life right now. Your job, your relationships, your achievements. How many of those came from playing it safe? Probably not many. The best things in life often come when we're willing to put ourselves out there, to take a chance on something or someone. Remember when you were a kid, you would climb trees without a second thought, make friends with strangers on the playground, try new foods just because they looked interesting. You were fearless then. That courage is still inside you. It's just been buried under years of caution and what ifs. But here's the secret, those what ifs work both ways. What if you fail? Sure, that's one possibility. But what if you succeed? What if taking that risk leads to the best thing that's ever happened to you? You will never know unless you try. Think about all the great innovators and leaders throughout history. People like Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, Martin Luther King Jr., they all took massive risks. They faced rejection, failure, and criticism. But they kept going because they believed in something bigger than their fear. Steve Jobs dropped out of college to start Apple in his garage. That was a huge risk. But look at how it paid off. Oprah faced discrimination and hardship. But she took a chance on herself and became one of the most influential people in the world. Martin Luther King Jr. risked his life to fight for civil rights. These people changed the world because they were willing to take risks. But you don't have to change the world to benefit from taking risks. Maybe for you, it's asking that person out on a date, or applying for that job you think you are not qualified for, or finally starting that business you have been dreaming about. These might seem small compared to changing the world, but they can change your world. Here is the thing about risks. They are not just about the outcome. They are about who you become in the process. Every time you face your fears and take a chance, you grow. You become stronger, more resilient, more confident. Even if things don't work out exactly as you hoped, you will have learned something valuable. You will have proven to yourself that you have the courage to try. Think about a time when you did take a risk. Maybe it was moving to a new city, or switching careers, or trying a new hobby. How did you feel afterwards? Even if it was challenging, I bet you felt proud of yourself for giving it a shot. That's the power of taking risks. It builds your self-esteem and your belief in what's possible. Now, I'm not saying you should be reckless. There's a difference between taking calculated risks and being foolish. Before you take a big leap, do your homework. Prepare as much as you can. But don't let preparation become an excuse for inaction. At some point, you have to take that step into the unknown. Remember, life is not a dress rehearsal. This is it. This is your one shot to make the most of the time you have. Do you want to look back on your life and wonder what if? Or do you want to look back and think, wow, what a ride? Every day you have choices. You can choose the safe, comfortable path. Or you can choose to challenge yourself to grow, to really live. It's like working out. It might be uncomfortable at the moment, but afterwards you feel amazing. Taking risks is exercise for your spirit. It keeps you young, keeps you growing, keeps you excited about life. Think about the people you admire most. Chances are they are not the ones who always played it safe. They are the ones who dared to be different, who weren't afraid to stand out from the crowd. They are the ones who said yes to opportunity, even when it was scary. You have greatness inside you, we all do. But that greatness doesn't come out when we're hiding in our comfort zones. It comes out when we push ourselves, when we dare to dream big and act on those dreams. Talk about failure for a moment. Because that's often what we're really afraid of when we avoid risks. We're afraid of looking foolish, of not measuring up, of things not working out. But here's a secret: failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every successful person you can think of has failed many, many times. The difference is they didn't let those failures stop them. Failure is just feedback. It's information about what doesn't work, which brings you one step closer to finding out what does work. If you are not failing sometimes, you are not pushing yourself hard enough. You're not learning, you are not growing. Think of life like a video game. In video games, you expect to face challenges. You expect to die and have to start over sometimes. But you keep playing because it's fun, because each attempt teaches you something new, because you are excited to see what the next level looks like. That's how life can be if you are willing to take risks. Now, I know some of you might be thinking that's easy for you to say. You don't know my situation, and you are right, I don't. Everyone's circumstances are different. But I do know this: no matter where you are in life, you have more power than you realize. You have the power to make choices, to take action, to change your life. Maybe you can't quit your job tomorrow to travel the world, but you can start saving for that trip. You can learn a new language in your free time. You can reach out to people who have done what you want to do and ask for advice. There's always some action you can take, some risk you can take to move closer to your dreams. And here's another thing about taking risks: it inspires others. When you have the courage to go after what you want, it shows others that it's possible. You become a living example of what's achievable when you believe in yourself. Your bravery can be the spark that ignites someone else's courage. Think about the impact you could have. By taking risks in your own life, you could inspire your friends, your family, your community. You could be the reason someone else decides to take a chance on their dreams. That's powerful stuff. At the end of the day, that's what this is all about. When you are old and gray, looking back on your life, what will you regret more? The risks you took or the ones you didn't? Most people, when they are nearing the end of their lives, don't regret the things they did. They regret the things they didn't do, the chances they didn't take, the dreams they didn't pursue. Don't let that be you. Don't let fear rob you of the life you could have. Every day you are writing the story of your life. Every choice you make, every risk you take or don't take is another sentence in that story. What kind of story do you want to tell? A safe, predictable one where nothing much happens? Or an adventure full of twists and turns, challenges and triumphs? You have the power to make your life extraordinary. But that power only works if you use it. It's like having a superpower but keeping it a secret. Don't hide your light. Don't play small. The world needs your gifts, your ideas, your unique perspective. Now, I want you to think about something you have been wanting to do, something you have been putting off because it feels risky. Maybe it's starting a business or asking for a promotion or telling someone how you feel about them. Whatever it is, I want you to imagine yourself doing it. Really picture it in your mind. Feel the fear, the excitement, the possibilities. Now, imagine yourself looking back on this moment a year from now. If you take this risk, how might your life be different? How might you be different? Even if things don't work out exactly as you hope, how will you feel knowing you had the courage to try? Now imagine the opposite. Imagine looking back a year from now, knowing you let fear hold you back. How does that feel? Which future version of yourself do you want to be? Here is the thing: you're going to feel fear either way. You will either feel the fear of taking a risk, or you will feel the fear of regret. The question is, which fear are you going to listen to? Life is too short to let fear make your decisions for you. It's too precious to spend it wondering what if. You deserve more than that. You deserve to live fully, to squeeze every drop of potential out of this one wild and precious life you have been given. So here's what I want you to do. Right after this, I want you to take one small risk. It doesn't have to be huge. Maybe it's sending that email you have been putting off, or signing up for that class you have been interested in, or having the conversation you have been avoiding. Just do one thing that pushes you out of your comfort zone. And then tomorrow, do it again. And the next day, make taking small risks a habit. Build your risk-taking muscles. Because the more you do it, the easier it gets. The more you will see that the world doesn't end when you put yourself out there. In fact, it often gets bigger, brighter, more exciting. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be scared, to be unsure. What's not okay is letting that fear stop you from living the life you want. You are capable of so much more than you realize. You have talents and strengths that you haven't even discovered yet. But you will never know what you are truly capable of if you always play it safe. Life is calling you to be bold, to be brave, to be the hero of your own story. Will you answer that call? Will you take the risks that lead to growth, to joy, to fulfillment? The choice is yours. You can stay in your comfort zone where everything is familiar and safe, or you can step into the unknown where all the magic happens, where you become the person you were meant to be. Don't let fear write your story. Don't let what ifs and if onlys be the soundtrack of your life. Choose courage. Choose growth. Choose to live fully and completely with all the messiness and beauty that comes with taking risks. You have one life. This is it. Right here, right now. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to play small, or are you going to play big? Are you going to let fear hold you back, or are you going to use it as fuel to propel you forward? The world is waiting for you. Your dreams are waiting for you. That version of yourself that you admire, that you aspire to be, they are waiting for you too. And they are all on the other side of the risks you are afraid to take. So take that step, make that leap. Embrace the unknown. Because that's where the magic happens. That's where you find out what you are truly made of. That's where you become the person you were always meant to be. You have got this. You're stronger than you know, braver than you believe, and more capable than you can imagine. Trust yourself. Believe in yourself. And most importantly, take action. Your future self is cheering you on. All those people whose lives you will touch, all the amazing experiences waiting for you, they are all cheering you on too. Can you hear them? They are saying, go for it. Take the risk. Live your life to the fullest. So what are you waiting for? The time is now. Your life is now. Don't wait for the perfect moment created. Don't wait for an opportunity to knock, build a door, and go through it. Remember, every great story involves taking risks. Every hero's journey involves facing fears and overcoming obstacles. You are the hero of your own story. What chapter are you going to write next? The world needs your light. It needs your ideas, your passion, your unique gifts. But it can't benefit from them if you keep them hidden away, safe from risk, safe from failure, but also safe from success and fulfillment. So I challenge you, no, I dare you to take a risk today, to do something that scares you, to take one step, however small, towards the life you dream of, because that's where the magic happens. That's where life truly begins. You have got this. You are capable of amazing things. Don't be afraid to take risks in life. Embrace them. Learn from them. Grow from them. And watch as your life transforms into something more beautiful and exciting than you ever imagined. The stage is set. The spotlight is on you. It's your move. What risk will you take today? What dream will you pursue? What story will you write about your life? Remember, the biggest risk of all is not taking any risks. Don't let life pass you by. Grab it with both hands, take a deep breath, and jump into the unknown. Because that's where you will find everything you have been looking for. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Trust in that. Believe in that. And then go out there and prove it to yourself by taking those risks that will lead you to the life you have always dreamed of. Think about all the incredible experiences waiting just beyond your comfort zone. The people you will meet, the places you will see, the things you will learn about yourself. They are all out there, just waiting for you to be bold enough to reach for them. Imagine waking up every day filled with excitement, knowing that you are living life on your own terms. No more what ifs or if onlys. Just pure, unadulterated living. That's what happens when you embrace risk and chase after your dreams with everything you have got. You have got a fire inside you. A spark of greatness that's uniquely yours. But that fire needs oxygen to grow, and risk-taking is the oxygen of personal growth. Every time you push yourself, every time you face your fears, that fire gets a little bigger, burns a little brighter. Consider all the amazing inventions and innovations that have shaped our world. The light bulb, the airplane, the internet, none of these would exist if someone hadn't been willing to take a risk. To try something that might not work. You have that same potential within you. What will you create? What mark will you leave on the world? Life is not a spectator sport. You can't just sit on the sidelines and expect great things to happen. You have got to get in the game. You have got to be willing to get a little bruised, a little dirty. That's where the real living happens. Think about the stories you love, the movies, the books, the real life tales of triumph. They are all about people who took risks, who faced challenges, who refused to let fear dictate their choices. You're the protagonist in your own story. What kind of hero will you be? Every day, you are writing a page in the book of your life. Will it be a page full of bold action and daring choices? Or will it be a page of missed opportunities and safe decisions? The pen is in your hand. You get to decide. Remember, the universe responds to action. It's not enough to dream, to hope, to wish. You have got to put yourself out there. You have got to take those first steps even when you are not sure where they'll lead. That's how you create momentum. That's how you create change. Think about all the things you have accomplished in your life so far. Every single one of them required some level of risk. From your first steps as a toddler to your first day at a new job, you have been taking risks your whole life. You're more capable than you realize. The world needs what you have to offer. Your unique perspective, your special talents, your one-of-a-kind personality. These are gifts that only you can give. But you can't share these gifts if you are hiding them away, too afraid to put yourself out there. Imagine the ripple effect your actions could have. By taking risks and pursuing your dreams, you could inspire countless others to do the same. Your courage could be the catalyst for a wave of positive change in your community, your country, even the world. Life is too short for regrets, too precious to waste on what ifs. Every day you spend playing it safe is a day you will never get back. A day of potential adventures unlived, potential connections unmade, potential growth unrealized. Think about the person you want to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. What does that person look like? How do they act? What do they accomplish? Now ask yourself, will you become that person by staying in your comfort zone? Or will it require taking some risks? The beauty of risk-taking is that it's a skill you can develop. Like any muscle, the more you use it, the stronger it gets. Start small if you need to. Take tiny risks every day. As you build your confidence, you will find yourself ready for bigger and bolder actions. Remember, failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of success. Every no brings you closer to a yes. Every setback teaches you something valuable. When you are willing to risk failure, you open yourself up to incredible possibilities. Life is calling you to be extraordinary, to squeeze every drop of potential out of your time on this earth. But extraordinary lives are not lived by ordinary choices. They are lived by people who are willing to take extraordinary risks. You have a wellspring of untapped potential within you. Gifts and talents that are just waiting to be discovered and developed. But you will never know what you are truly capable of if you always play it safe. It's in the unknown, in the challenges that you discover your true strength. Think about all the amazing experiences you have had in your life so far. The moments that took your breath away, that filled you with joy or awe. How many of those came from playing it safe? Probably not many. The best things in life often come when we're willing to step out of our comfort zones. The world is changing faster than ever before. New technologies, new ideas, new opportunities are emerging every day. Will you be ready to seize them? Or will you be left behind, too afraid to adapt and grow? You are capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for. Your potential is limitless. But potential without action is like a car without fuel. It won't take you anywhere. You have got to be willing to turn the key, to step on the gas, to start moving forward. Every great achievement in history started with a single step. A single moment where someone decided to take a risk, to try something new, to believe in themselves. You're standing at the threshold of your own great achievements. Will you take that step? Life is not about finding yourself. It's about creating yourself. And creation always involves risk. It involves trying new things, experimenting, sometimes failing, but always learning and growing. What version of yourself will you create? The world is full of opportunities, but they don't come knocking on your door. You have got to go out and find them. You have got to be willing to put yourself out there, to be vulnerable, to risk rejection or failure. Because that's also how you find success, fulfillment, and joy. Think about the people who inspire you, the ones who have achieved great things, who have made a difference in the world. They are not superhuman. They are just people who were willing to take risks, to believe in themselves, to keep going even when things got tough. You have dreams inside you, hopes and aspirations that light you up inside when you think about them. But dreams don't come true by themselves. They need your courage, your action, your willingness to take risks to make them a reality. Every day you have a choice. You can choose to stay in your comfort zone where everything is familiar and safe. Or you can choose to step into the unknown where all the growth and excitement happen. Which choice will you make today? Remember, the biggest regrets in life are not the risks you took and failed, but the ones you never took at all. Don't let fear of failure rob you of the chance to live a life you love. Embrace the uncertainty. Welcome the challenges. That's where the magic happens. You are the author of your own life story. Every risk you take, every challenge you face is another chapter in that story. What kind of story do you want to tell? A safe, predictable one? Or an epic adventure full of twists, turns, and triumphs? The world needs your ideas, your energy, your unique perspective. But it can't benefit from them if you keep them locked away inside you. Share your gifts. Take that risk. Put yourself out there. You might just change the world, or at least your world. Life is not a dress rehearsal. This is it. This is your one shot to make the most of the time you have. Don't waste it playing small, hiding from challenges, avoiding risks. Embrace life in all its messy, unpredictable glory. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you see, and smarter than you think. Trust in that. Believe in that. And then go out there and prove it to yourself by taking those risks that will lead you to the life you have always dreamed of. Your future is waiting. Your best life is waiting. All you have to do is be brave enough to reach out and grab it. So what are you waiting for? The time is now. Your life is now. Go out there and make it amazing. Take those risks. Live that life. Be that person you have always known you could be. The stage is set. The spotlight is on you. It's your move. What risk will you take today? What dream will you pursue? What story will you write about your life? The world is waiting for you, full of endless possibilities and opportunities. It's time to answer the call of your own potential. Don't let fear write your story. Don't let what ifs and if onlys be the soundtrack of your life. Choose courage. Choose growth. Choose to live fully and completely with all the messiness and beauty that comes with taking risks. Your future self will thank you for the amazing journey you are about to embark on. Remember, every great adventure starts with a single step. Every remarkable achievement begins with a decision to try. You have that power within you right now. The power to decide, to act, to transform your life. Use it. Embrace it. Let it propel you towards the life you have always dreamed of. The world is vast, filled with endless possibilities. But those possibilities only become realities when you are brave enough to reach for them. Your dreams are waiting on the other side of your comfort zone. It's time to cross that line, to step into the unknown and discover just how amazing your life can be. You have got this. You are capable of incredible things. The world is waiting for you. So take a deep breath, summon your courage, and go get it. Your adventure starts now. Make it count.